Hello, sir. I believe you can hear me. So this is the Crystal system. When you log in as an administrator, so you have your home. Basically, your home gives you some little information here. You can see your total students, your total payment for the term and the year, everything. You have a chat where you can chat, live chat. You can have a live chat. You can create a chat and have a live chat here. You have your students where you can see all your students. As an administrator, you can add, upload students. You can view students from here. You can view extra detail of students from here by clicking here. When there is no transport service, you can add a transport service from here. You can edit students from here. You can see the details of the students from here. Yeah, so you have attendance to where you can mark attendance of students from here. uh, so you can see, you choose the class you want to mark attendance, class 6, and all the students will be there. You have present or absent or something, then you just submit and you have your records here. So it will give you the total present per the record you have in this table and the total absent. You can see your total today's attendance is 0, your total male, total female in the general school, and attendance summary per classes. When you open attendance site per classes, you see all the classes, their attendance as well. Okay, so sorry. So yeah, then the collect feeding fee. So when you open the collect feeding fee, you see all your collected feeding fee here. Then you can select a particular class to collect the feeding fee. When you select the class, all the students will be there. The day will be there. The amount paid will be there. Okay. Now, you mostly see 0 here when you've not set up the amount for each classes. So when you come to the admin, you see others. When you come to feeding amount, so when I go to feeding amount, classes is 0, but I have to set up classes. So I have to, let me change this. So let me refresh it. Okay. So I have to save, write 10 CD and save, and it will save. Right now, I'm not getting the save because of, yeah. But when you save, it saves. So when you come to feeding fee and you choose the class, the amount will appear 10 CDs, as you can see here. You see 10 CDs. Then you can save. So you have all the list of students in the class you've selected. Then you can, if the student didn't pay anything, you can just delete and write 0 there for that particular day and you save. Okay, that's it for feeding fee. Then we have the drop off and pickup. So you can, when you have to have a record on the drop and the pickup of children, okay, in the school when their parents are bringing them to the school or something. Yes. So we have the records here. If someone comes to pick the person, records will be there for future reference. You have all students. When students graduate from your school, you have all students there. Their details are not deleted. You can create assignments as a teacher here. You can create assignments. You have the teacher portal. The teacher portal is here. When I open the teacher portal, this is the teacher portal. The teacher doesn't have access to everything, but has access to assessment, progress report, enter results, all fees, all results, view results, cumulative record. Probably then students, even with the student, when you open the student, they can't add or make any edit of any student. Yes. That's it. So they can mark attendance, they can collect feeding fee, they can be recording drop off and pick up because everything you do, your name is assigned. They can also create an assignment. When you open the assignment, the assignment title, the details, the assigned class you are assigning to, then the date you go to create it to open uh, another way for another interface for you to enter your questions and probably the over choices you want to enter. You can see my payslip, the the payslip site. So the teacher can select a particular year and the month and generate the payslip and can print the payslip as well. So you see your earnings, your basic, your deductions, then your net. So your total earnings and your total deductions and your net. And you can print your pay slip as a teacher. Okay, so that's it for the teaching side. So let me just minimize the teaching side again. Sorry. Good. So like I was saying, so that's the creator. So you, as an admin, you have privilege for staff also. When you open staff, you can see all your staffs and you see their salary structure and everything. You see it there as well. Then we have the front desk. The front desk is for the front desk as well as the secretary at the front desk receiving dispatching letter and even invitations. So you can see when they receive letter, when they dispatch letter, the records will be there. They can have invitations that it is due for tomorrow or due for, you have all the invitations. It reminds you when it is due, and you can see your total dispatch and your total receive. That's for the front end. You can send bulk SMS either to a class or to a particular student, or you can select the students here. All the students, they enter the message, then send. And schools, we have the school store. The school store is a whole model on its own. It's just like a point of sales, okay, to manage inventory. When the school has a store that sells books and other stuff, yes, or toffees or something, you want to you want to track record anything, the school sells any like uniform or something, you have a school store. It can be managed by someone. Let me open that in a new tab so that it doesn't conflict. Yeah, I just want to open in a new tab so that I can just come back. So this is how it looks like, school store. So you have a dashboard, you have the product, you have the sales, you have purchase expenses, you have the customer and the deposit, or you can manage it, the sales, your purchases, your products. You can put them on your dashboard. You can see the expired product, the one to be expired in 7 days, so that you can see your sales summary and everything. Yes, yes. You can go to your sales tool and see your sales, view sales details. You can create sales. You go to create sales. When you have anything in the sales, you can sell to a particular student. You can search for the product here. Probably I'm selling a book. When there's a book in it, it will appear. I don't have a book here. Let me just, that's it for the store. So coming back, now we have this learning coding walls. We have learning tools. Some like the Alchemy, the Kitbase, and yeah, those are external tools that have been embedded in the system. Yes. And then when we come to the finance and account side, that's where you have your feeding fees record. As an admin, you can see your feeding fee records. So you see enter feeding fee. You can see total amount paid today, this week, and this month. You can also see the total amount paid by each class for today. You can see it here as well as where you used to collect it. You can see it there as well. You can see it here. You can make filter. You can select class, select date range, and filter. You can export the filter to Excel. And you can also see students that have not paid for today. You can see their records there. This person hasn't paid. You can see their records. This is where you enter fees for class. So you see, you select the particular academic here. You select the term, then you enter all. When you select the term, all the classes you've registered will be listed. So you enter the amount due, like maybe 500 cedis. Then you enter the structure. The structure is like the breakdown of the fees. So maybe ICT, you do equal to, then you enter the amount. Then you come to maybe utility equal to 300. Then you can list all of them like this. After that, you can save. That's where you enter the feeding fee. Sorry, the fees itself. Now, during the term, you can admit a new student, and since when you enter these fees, it records into each student's record and send a message to their parent. Okay, so there could be a case where you've already entered the fees for all the classes, and every student has been appended the fees. Their parent has been alerted. Now you get a new student and you recruit. Oh, sorry. You get a new student, you admit the student. You don't need to come back here and re-enter them. You have to enter for that particular student, and this is where we do that. You go to enter student fees, you select the student, you select the academic term, the structure, just like as you did. Enter the amount due, then you add fees. If the person made the deposit, you put it there, then it will make the deductions and everything. Then you add fees. That will be added to an individual student. Yes, that's it for the fee side. Then when you come to view fees, this is where you view all the fees. Now when you open the view fees, you see your total amount due, the total amount paid, the total balance, the total deposit. Now you can see the view here gives you all the fees for the term, all the terms or the academic year. It gives you all the fees. But you can view for only this academic year or this term, sorry, can view for only this term and to give you all this term's fees, only this term. But this side gives you all in general. So you can see this particular student, you can see the contact, the level contact, then the term, the arrears, the amount due, the amount paid, and the balance is there. Deposit. You can see receive payment. You can receive payment right from here. When you go to receive payment, you enter, you select the mode, enter the amount, reference, then you save. That's it. So when we go to all fee payment, you see all your fees payment here. All the fees payment, as you can see here, their records will be there. You can make filter, you can search for only a particular academic year. You can search for a term, you can search for a particular student class. Okay, you can search for the payment mode, you can filter and you filter. Okay, you can export if you want to export academic year term and a particular class fees, you can export to Excel. Okay, that's it for you. You can also see that you can search by a particular student or something. Maybe I want to search the 200 CDs. I say 200 and it brings out the 200 solely. Okay, you can reprint receipt. When you click it, print receipt. Let me still go to that. Then we have the salaries where we do the salary payment. When we go to salaries, yes, so it gives you the monthly total. The monthly total. It gives you the yearly total here as well, and gives you the estimated next payment. So this will be our next payment, maybe the next month payment to be here. You can see, so you can add new payments. These are the payments we've done so far, but you can go to new payments. When you click on new payments, it gives you all the stuff, their basic pay, their allowances and their deductions and their net salary. Okay, there is you enter the year, you select the month, then you select which staff you want to pay. I want to pay Kofi. I want to pay Kofi and Justice. I select. I want to pay only Kofi. Then I go to make payment, and the payment is done, and the person's pay slip is appended, right? Yeah. So you can see the records here. You can print the record. You can export to PDF. The records, the payment records you have here, you can export to PDF. That's it for the salary. Now, the same account, we have the transport bills and the all transport bills payment, just like the fees. The transport bill also does the same thing. All the transport bill student for current term. You can bill a particular student for this term. You can view these term bills as well. And this one will show you all the bills you have there, you have in the system. Then we have the bills payment, the transport bill payment. We have other incomes. The school might have other income from maybe PT or something. You can have records on those things. We have the same as expenses. We have expenditure. We have daily analysis. So any daily collection like feeding fee. So you can see fees, the daily collection. Today, these are the fees I've taken. Okay, today received by this person. These are the fees I've taken today. Okay, these are the fees I've taken today. So the fees paid, the expenditure made in the day, other incomes in the day, and feeding fee in the day. That particular day, you can see the records. Your expenditure, all your expenditure will be listed, the sources, the other incomes, and the feeding fees. Okay, which has been made in the day. These are like basic things made in the day. You want to see the analysis of it. That's where you go to see the payment analysis. And we have the financial analysis as well. This is just an extension of the other one we saw, the financial analysis for the academic year 2024-25. You can see your total fees income, your total feeding fees income, and your total other income. Your expenses is deducted, and you get your net income. Now, the transport and the transport and the transport bill is not added here as well. The transport bill is not added here, which in the nearest future I'm going to add. Then term wise, you can see first term, the income, the breakdown, and others. So this is yearly and this is termly. Okay. So it's a basic analysis, financial analysis. It's basic, it's not into detail. We have the banking sector where you can record all your new banks. You can make deposits, you can make withdrawals, and the records will be there for you so that you can make a reconciliation with your bank account as well. We have the suppliers. If you have a supplier who supplies you with books or other stuff, you can enter your suppliers there. You can make others. You can record payments, orders and payments, orders brought to you and payments. You can have all that records there. That's it for the finance aspect. The assessment, we have the progress report where you can see individual student reports. I don't have any report in here. I don't have any report in here. I select academic year and the term I submit and to give me the report, but I don't have any report in there because I've not entered a lot of data into the system. Now, here you can see, you can enter results from here. You select a particular class, you select the subject. I've not input the subject. Select the academic year, you select the term. Then you go to proceed. All the students will come, enter their class assessment to total and their total in 100% and their exams in 100%. The system will equate it for you as what you give it. So you give it 30%, 70%, it will do it for you. You do all that setup. You do all that setup at the back end. So you do all the setups. So you can view all results. You can see the cumulative record of a student in the academic year, all the results of the person. You can see, and you can see whether the person is progressing. And one thing we'll be adding very soon is the progress sheet, where you can see we can use the linear progression or the linear progression or the percentage change to calculate the progress or the progress loop of a student, whether the person is progressing or declining. You have that very soon. We have one amazing thing, that's the self-evaluation. This model is where we use the National Schools Inspection Authority, NASIE's 2023 revised inspection framework. What they use to inspect schools, we have the compliance and the performance, which makes it whole school. Well, it might miss a little bit of by information, but as you read through curriculum, subjects, and learning areas. So whether your school adheres to the teaching of all subjects and availability of qualified teachers, you read through the descriptors and you rate yourself. Okay, so when you rate yourself, it starts unsatisfactory. So after you've rated yourself, you see whether you are complying with the Ministry of Education rules. When it is satisfactory, you see if it is unsatisfactory, good or outstanding. Same as the performance, you can sit in a math class and look at some stuff. It starts with the school leadership. After doing the school leadership, you can do your lesson observation. It's inside the capacity to improve schools. All this is the school leadership. You can see other side like the real performance. You sit in a class, the teaching and learning. You rate yourself. After that, you realize that if the subject teaching or the delivery, that particular lesson, math or English, the delivery is satisfactory or not. You can see them here. So that's one unique thing about our system. You have that self-evaluation to see your progress. You can read even the descriptors and use it to improve your school as well. We have the buses where you register the buses, the transport services, the route and the amount and everything which will be assigned. This is where you do the setups, the school information, the data corner. When we say data corner, it's a place you can do export, a bulk export. So these students, you see, you have all your students, you can export them here. You have attendance, you have all your attendance, you can export. You have feeding fee, you have school fees, you have other incomes, expenditure, drop off and pick up, data center. So every data here, assessment, withdrawal, deposit, you can export them. You can see them here export. That's the data center. We have the feeding fee amount as I did earlier. We have the salary component where you input your allowances and your deductions. So you can add salary component. You can put the name, choose a component, whether it's an allowance or deduction. When it is in percentage, you put then you put the percentage value, 5% or so. Then you save. Yes, that's it for it. That's where we save the component. Then the structure. This is where you enter the structure. So you select a particular component and give it the basic pay. Okay. You select the salary structure, like add structure. Select the name. You give it maybe level 2 or grade 1.6. The basic pay. Then now you add the components, whether it's transport, select all the components. You can select all, then you save. Then it will do the application. So to add the deductions, everything, to give you the net salary of the person or the particular structure. Okay. Then you can set your academic year, the term, the sections. Now the section is where you're going to next term, which current term are we? You select the previous term, then you select the next section. The previous section will be last term, and the next section will be the next term. This is very important for the system to use for calculating the outstanding of areas of a student and add it to the fees. Okay, you can register your subject, you have your classes. Now, if your school wants to receive payment online, um, a parent to be able to pay Momo, you have to see Haptel or you have to contact Haptel. They'll create an account for you by going through your document. They'll create an account for you and they'll give you details. So when you come to Haptel, you give you details. You give the merchant account number, the API secret, the API ID. You enter them here and you save. Okay, you enter them there, you save. It is not visible again. So when you save, this is how you see it, and you can't retrieve it anyway. When you save, this is how it is, unless you go to their portal and go and retrieve it. Okay, so when you come to their dashboard, like here, you see, I have their dashboard here. You go there, you go to developers, you see these details. If you want to allow, you allow. That's where when you allow, now the parents can pay fees through Momo and everything. I'll show you that side. Now, well, let me open the parent side. When you open the parent side, this side looks like the parents have their dashboard. This is how the parents. Sorry, let me just log in. Yeah. So this is the parent login. So the parents will have access to see dashboard for your walls. So you see all your walls. Say you have 4 walls in the school, you see all of them listed here. Attendance for current academic year, you see all the attendance here. The total fees paid, you see it. Then the total feeding fees paid to you see that the parent will have access. Now the assessment trend, all your children, the assessment trend will be there, whether they are progressing or something. The assessment trend. You can see my words here, word progress report, like the report card. You can see it here as well. The cumulative record that I said, you can see your word fees, and this is where you can make payments. You see, this is your word fees amount due. Sorry, this is the amount of the fees, the amount paid out of it, and balance. You can pay Momo. So you go to pay Momo, you enter amount like 1 CD, or you enter amount, you go to select submit payment. It opens a portal for you to select Momo. I want to pay Momo. You enter the amount, you select. Sorry, it will automatically select the provider. You go to pay, you follow suit, then the transaction will be complete. When it's complete, you go to continue. It does the deductions for you. It append the system. Okay, does the deductions for you. Now, yeah, you can see all payments. You as a parent, you can see all your payments you've done for your ward. You can see all the payments and the transaction ID. See, Haptel Momo. This transaction was made with Haptel Momo. And you can see the reference number and the school get it. The student can see view transport bills if the person is billed with transport. You can see all transport payment as well. You can see assignment given to your child. You select your student's name, your ward's name, and you view assignment. If your ward have an assignment, you see it. So unanswered assignment, you have one unanswered assignment. You go to submit answers. It will open the assignment and you submit the answer. There wasn't any assignment there as well. You select student. view assignments. You have one assignment. I think it has been completed assignment. You haven't completed. I think it has been, yeah. So view open. So well, that the assignment will be there. This way you can chat. The parents can chat as well. Open chat. The learning. So this is basically the current state of the system, and we will continue upgrading all the time to suit and make things better.